they could put me in a helicopter and fly me up into the air and line the bodies head to toe on the ground in delightful geometric patterns, and it would never be enough. No, I don't keep count, but you do. And I love you for it.
Hello and welcome back to the Comic Man Show for part 2 of the solo Batman movie pitch. So Batman wanders through Arkham Asylum trying to find the right path to the hostages, and he comes upon a locked cell where the inmate is none other than Harvey Dent, Two-Face. And he learns that Harvey Dent disagreed with the clown, so Joker kept him in his cell to be displayed as one of the many Batman's failures. And he exchanged a few words with Two-Face. And he finds out from him that this is what happens when your allies pay the price for your mistakes. Half of his face got burnt and he got driven mad because Batman couldn't trust him all the way when he worked with him when he was just an assistant district attorney. I'm sorry, Harvey. I tried to save you, Batman says, and he moves on. Next, he comes across a curious scene where there are a few thugs beating up on what is a doctor. So he quickly dispatches them, and he finds out this doctor who's felled on the floor is none other than Dr. Jeremiah Arkham, the quote-unquote warden of Arkham Asylum. So Dr. Jeremiah thanks Batman, and he reluctantly, Batman that is, takes Arkham with him because he doesn't want to leave him by himself because the threat is too great. So together, through Batman's apt navigation, and of course, because Joker didn't keep his word of 2 hours, to him 2 hours means 2 minutes, and he let everybody loose anyway. He has to avoid all of these different death squads of inmates that are out there looking for him within these Arkham Asylum corridors. But little does he know that Joker has already installed his own fiber optics, and from the other cameras that he is in control of, he can watch Batman and he knows where he is. And Joker is counting on this because he has made some modifications to the asylum. So at this point, I want to check in with the Joker and just show how ruthless and merciless and violent and unpredictable he can be. He's in the master control room now, watching Batman's every step because he has cameras and eyes everywhere. And yet there's Victor Zsasz, the serial killer, who keeps challenging him and questioning why they're having Batman play this game and not going to kill him right now because they know where he is. And Joker just keeps calling him party pooper. And then finally, without warning, with his cane goes and mercilessly beats the crap out of Victor Zsasz while singing, "Every party has a pooper. That's why we invited you, the pooper party pooper." And he beats him and his cane is just dripping with blood. And Harley Quinn kind of gives him this cautioned look, the shocked look. And he goes back to and just continues to watch Batman on the monitor. Then we see Batman though, and he's walking with Jeremiah Arkham. And finally, he steps on a latch and the ground gives way and he's dropped all the way into the sewer system of Arkham. And that's where we hear something moving, we see some shadows moving, and what ends up happening is this horror movie style cat and mouse game as he is in the lair of Killer Croc. Another one of his failures, another one whose life had been tormented and ripped apart because of his physical appearance, who tried to overcome that but yet fell to the temptation of being a beast, and Batman was not sympathetic to him and drove him out of Gotham, as we saw in Suicide Squad, and made him go into the sewers. So, in a jump scare, as Batman is trying to wander through the dark sewers, Killer Croc emerges, pounces on him, gets him in a bear lock. Batman tries what he can do to get out of it. He headbutts him, which Killer Croc makes him, releases him momentarily. He tries to throw batarangs at him. It doesn't work. And then finally, Killer Croc closes in again, and Batman throws one other final big batarang. Killer Croc ducks. He grabs him again, bites his shoulder, and Batman, with all his might, he's really trying to punch him off, but Croc can't really feel it because of his hard skin, but the batarang spins and comes back and knocks Croc on his head, stunning him momentarily. Batman gets a charge out of his belt, throws it against the wall, and blows the wall and partially buries Killer Croc. Just one of the many ingenuity scenes and inventive and innovative scenes of the Batman where he's always thinking quick on his... So through the help of Alfred, because he had access to Arkham Asylum's blueprints, Batman finds his way out of the sewers and to an upper level. And he comes into this pitch black room, except in the center where there's some light, and he sees a dead body, a body laying there. He approaches the body and he realizes this is the murdered body of Jason Todd, Robin. And he collapses here. He says, "I'm sorry, Jason. I failed you. I couldn't protect you." And as he bows his head, he starts to feel heat. But yet he looks around and it's all just pitch black. He smells fire, but he looks around. It's still pitch black. Finally, he realizes what's going on. He's under Scarecrow's fear toxin. So once he realizes this, he breaks away from the vision and he sees Firefly cocking his blowtorch, his fire gun, ready to roast him. And the dead Robin was being played by Scarecrow. Scarecrow reaches up and grabs his gauntlet to try to keep him in place, but this does not keep Batman in place. With 2 strikes, Firefly gets a shot off. Batman is able to evade it and throw a batarang into the gun, thus causing it to backfire and explode and knock Firefly out. And Firefly accidentally caught Scarecrow. Now Scarecrow is like starting to burn alive here, but here we see Batman saving someone, which is Scarecrow, a despicable villain who does not deserve to be saved, but he puts out his fires and he can't get anything out of the 2 of them because they are both now unconscious. So he ties them up and he informs Alfred to inform the authorities where they can find Scarecrow and Firefly when they retake Arkham. So he keeps going on his way there. But yet, he's still under the influence of the fear gas. So he sees Jason's face and Jason's body everywhere. And then he sees some of his other failures again. And he's reminded, such as Harvey Dent, and such as in 20 years of doing this, has he really made a difference? Or is what the Joker says or claims is true, that he is just surrounded by failures and mistakes. So when he finds a very dark corridor, very private, he has a moment of self-reflection. He keels over, he kneels down, he takes his cowl off, and he starts thinking to himself. And then through the comms, he starts talking to Alfred about whether or not his career has been a failure. And yet it is Alfred who, as he's always done throughout their career, props him up, says, "No, what you have been doing is saving lives, and every life counts." So Batman, while stumbling, still moves forward. And look at this. He runs into Dr. Jeremiah Arkham. How the hell did he survive without Batman again? "Arkham," he says, "I'm surprised you've been able to make it this far on your own, considering your injuries." Arkham doesn't say anything. Batman moves past him and shows his back to him. Arkham produces a knife and goes to stab Batman in the back, but Batman, with his lightning-quick reflexes with one fell swoop, grabs his wrist, breaks it, and throws him to the ground. You think I wouldn't be able to figure it out? Who else would keep their distance and try to kill the other doctors through other various means other than from physical confrontations? And even with the last one, where you finally mustered enough courage to stab them, you stabbed them in the back, but you couldn't even finish them off. You let them bleed out. And when I came across you getting beat by the thugs, they weren't targeting anything vital, just making it look superficial. And now I want to know why. And Arkham tells him the harrowing tale of how for a year now Joker has been intimidating and blackmailing all the staff and doctors at Arkham Asylum to get free reign on the place, to get access to any area that he wants, to build whatever he wants, to get access to any personnel that he wants. And these poor doctors wanted to come forward and expose what was going on. And Joker had tasked Arkham as a joke to kill them. And Arkham, very fearful for his life, did just that. And all this was so that Joker can show Batman how his career has been a failure, has been one big joke, and that he has not made a difference at all. So then Batman demands to know where the hostages are, and Arkham tells him in the sanatorium of Arkham Asylum. So then Batman binds him and leaves him in an empty cell, bound. So then Batman approaches the sanatorium and using a tech in his cowl with Alfred there as his eyes, and seeing heat signatures, he's able to figure out where the hostages are in the room, as well as how many armed thugs there are and in what positions. And here we see everything from the silent predator's point of view, as Batman does what he does best. He sneaks into the room, uses a silent EMP device, kills the lights in the well-lit room, and the whole scene should be from his point of view as he goes and he takes out all of these inmates and thugs and armed guards one by one with night vision lenses, because it's pitch black, and he uses the night vision lenses of his cowl. So he takes them apart. Sleeper holds, muffled screams, descending from above, from below, driving the fear of God into them. And finally he clears the room, and then he goes and he unbinds the hostages. And the last one he comes across, he looks at her with hope in his eyes to be reassuring and says, "It's okay, you're safe now." But bang! You hear a shot and the hostage falls dead, and it's Joker behind her. And Batman screams with rage, and Joker just cackles. "Oh, bats, all the people you've murdered by letting me live. All the failures you've endured by introducing others to this little game of ours." Through playing Joker, Batman says. And Joker opens fire on the rest of the hostages, wounding them, but Batman rushes to the Joker, and at the very last second, before he can get his hands on the Joker, in flies this other figure and pushes Batman back, forces him back. "Deathstroke insurance," Joker says. "Don't leave home without it." And he runs away. And here Batman finds himself face to face with the master assassin himself, Deathstroke, the Terminator.
And just like that, your 15 minutes are almost up, dear viewer, but fear not, for the epic conclusion will be dropping very shortly. And don't blame me, you are the squirrely asshole. So until next time, this is the Comic Man signing off.